Today I have something a little bit different for you today. For my practice, it's a Yoga Nidra class. Um, Yoga Nidra is an ancient tradition in yoga. It is used to relieve anxiety and stress, and there has been proof that it also helps in trauma with PTSD. A lot of it is used with veterans in the United States. But for today, all we're after is really a little bit of stress relief and relaxation. It should be fine for anybody. I'm going to modify our warm-up exercises so that you don't have to go down to the ground and get on your knees or anything like that. We'll do them all standing, and then you'll just need to be able to make your way to the floor to lie down on your back or any hard surface, preferably not a bed. Yoga Nidra is sometimes called wakeful sleep or sleep with awareness. So the objective is to get you totally relaxed, but to have your mind open to what is going on around you, and for you to be able to find a very calm and relaxing state. So the whole practice should only take about 30 minutes. We'll do about 5 minutes of warm-ups and then make our way to the ground. It's probably a good idea to get yourself set up for where you're going to do your practice. I've done that here. I've laid down my yoga mat. Maybe you would want to lay a blanket on top of it, or you could just lay on the floor with a blanket laid out to give you a little bit of padding. I've put a yoga blanket at the head of my mat so that when I lay back, I can put that right against the back of my head. And then I have made a little roll that I might want to put underneath my knees when I'm laying down, just to take a little bit of pressure off my lower back, because you will be laying in that position for about 20 or 25 minutes. Kind of a long extended Shavasana if you're a regular yoga practitioner. So once again, my name is Becky. I think I forgot to say that. I hope you enjoy the practice, and I'm really glad that you've joined me today. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm-ups. We're going to first just make some loose fists with our hands, and we're just going to swing our arms back and forth. Just trying to loosen up the joints and prepare us for being in a static position for an extended period of time. And we'll do a couple more times of that. Doesn't have to be exact, 20 or 30 seconds, whatever feels good. And then we're going to keep those same fists. We're going to bend our elbows, and we're going to just pull our elbows back past our ribs, back into the back plane of our body, and do that for another 20 or 30 seconds. Just starting to loosen things up a little bit. And then we're going to alternate. Let's take our arms forward, back, bend the elbows, back, forward, back, bend, forward, back, bend, forward, back, bend. Another couple times with that. Forward, back, bend. All right. And then we're just going to maybe widen your feet slightly, and we're just going to take our elbows and we're going to, or our extended arms, and we're going to crisscross them in front of us. One time my right forearm is on the top, and the other time my left forearm is on the top. So we're just going to back and forth a little bit, loosening up those shoulders before we come to our static pose. And then we're going to widen our feet even farther. You can keep those fists if you want to, or you can loosen them up. And we're going to do what I call a washing machine agitator. So to do that, we're going to try to keep our hips facing forward and rotate our torso from the waist back and forth, using our arms in there. Head can stay mostly to the front, kind of like the agitator on your washing machine. And this feels really good. Sometimes we can let our feet lift up on the opposite side of where we're turning, but for this one, let's keep our bottom half pretty stable. It's a good way to just loosen everything up. All right. Then we're going to interlace our fingers. So just like the church and the steeple. Put your palms away from you. Lift your arms up overhead. Bring the outside of your palms down to the top of your head. I'm in line with my body. And then just letting them grow out to the side. And we'll do that 6 times. Interlace, lift, drop to your head, and down to your sides. Interlace, above your head. My belly is in, my tailbone's towards the floor. Drop to the top of your head, and on down. We have 2 times left, I believe. It's hard to count and talk at the same time. There we go. And we'll throw one other one in there for good measure because I'm not sure. There we go. All right, now we're going to come to a Bandhasana pose, sometimes called skier's pose. So I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see the angle of my body. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to let my rear end go back behind me, and I'm going to take my fingers and place them on my thighs, fingers facing in. And I can bring them up a little higher or put them down here, whichever feels better to me. This is kind of feeling a little good today. And then I'm going to arch my back and then exaggerate the curve of my back. Arch it like a cat and exaggerate the curve. Just a few times. Just trying to wake everything up before we go into our yogic sleep. Really working my shoulder blades in there. There we go. Nice, and coming to standing. Now, at this point, we could come to a table on the ground, and I'm just going to show that. If you have no problem being on your knees, feel free to do it this way, but I'm going to show it standing so that our friends who might have some knee issues, have a hard time on the floor, can go ahead and follow along with our practice. So if you come to tabletop on the floor, you're going to circle your head 5 times in each direction. Then you're going to take one leg up and then circle the hips 5 times in each direction, and then do the other side. But I believe we can do it like this. I've brought along a chair to give me a little thing to balance on. So I'm just going to have my hand gently there, and I'm going to circle my head and my neck 5 times to one side, gently, not too exaggerated on my movement. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In yoga, we like to make sure that we balance both sides out. And then, for that same pose that I just kind of showed on the floor, we're going to just raise our knee, and then we're going to take it out to the side a little bit. Keeping my torso as still as I can, I'm going to rotate from my hip. Taking my leg, pose 5 times in one direction and 5 times in the opposite direction. Nice. If you're like me, you might hear a creak here and there as you move your joints. That's good. That's why we're moving them here before we get started. And then we're just going to simply do the other side. If you feel like it catches in one spot, maybe really slow it down there and be mindful of your movement. One more time in this direction. And then we'll do it 5 in the other direction. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Now let's just come to a simple standing mountain pose. Hands to your heart center. Close your eyes if that's in your wheelhouse today. Might make balance a little bit harder, so be careful. And just scan your body. How does it feel now before we begin our practice? Do you have any tension? Any sore spots? Any anxiety? Any fretfulness? Breathe in and out, trying to let some of that go. But then we're going to come on down to the floor. Make sure that you will be warm enough. So you'll see I do not have a yoga top on today. I have a long sleeve shirt. And I'll show you, I'll come into my position and show you how I want to be comfortable. And then I'll sit back up in my chair and take you through the guided meditation that leads to Yoga Nidra. So I'm going to put my rolled up blanket underneath my knees. If you're perfectly fine in your supine position without that, feel free to skip it. I'm going to adjust the blanket at my head just so it's underneath the back of my head, maybe curl the edge up right under my neck to make it feel like it's a little bit supported. If you're going to use that roll under your knees, make sure it's just right under the knees. You can let your feet splay out, your hands out to the side, and you want to make sure that anything you have around you is out of the way and will not cause any distraction. And then just lay down as if you were coming into a Shavasana pose, relaxation pose at the end of your practice. And you'll just listen as I talk you through our meditation. No worries that I have left you. I will tell you when the practice is over. And you're going to stay here and just continue to relax as I'm going to come a little closer to the microphone and the camera so that you can hear as we move into our practice. Remaining in your corpse pose. Relax your whole body. Become aware of your body in space. It is part of nature, part of the whole. Feel that space around you, easy and full of healing. Now, bring your awareness to the rise and the fall of your abdomen. Feel your body breathing. Let it be effortless. As you inhale, your body and mind are being renewed and replenished. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Aware of the inhale and the exhale. Strengthening on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. In and out, as gentle as a breeze. Slowly begin to smooth away any rough edges in your breath. Inhale as slowly as possible and exhaling just as slowly. Just maintain a slight awareness of the vibration of your own breath. Breathing slowly and naturally. Inhaling and exhaling. Renew on the inhale and release on the exhale. Now gradually discontinue the shaping of the breath. Allow it to continue naturally and effortlessly. Now begin to focus on the link connecting the inhale to the exhale. That instance of change, the change of direction, where the tide turns, when dawn breaks, where growth happens. Now, bring your awareness to the third eye, just above where the brows meet. Deep in that space, picture a seed, ready to move from dormancy to germination, to blossom into glorious color. It's a seed of potential. Breathe into it. Nurture it. Now bring your awareness to your throat. See and feel that seed of potential. Your right shoulder joint has the seed of potential. Your right elbow joint, feel the seed of potential. Your whole body lays effortless. Your right wrist joint, a seed of potential. The tip of your right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger, all seeds of potential. Your right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder joint, your throat center, seeds of potential. Your whole body remains effortless. See your left shoulder joint, your left elbow, your left wrist as seeds of potential. The tip of your left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger, a seed of potential. Your left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, and deep into the throat center. All seeds. Now let go and open the heart center. Let it blossom. Move to the center of the right chest, through the heart center, center of the left chest, heart center, a seed of potential. Travel to the navel center and see the potential. Travel to the reproductive center, the top of your sacrum, a seed of potential. Right hip joint, right knee, right ankle, the tip of the right big toe, center toe, third, fourth, fifth, all seeds of potential. Your right ankle, right knee, right hip, seeds of potential. The top of your sacrum, let it relax and ground. Your left hip joint, left knee, left ankle, tip of the big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth. The left ankle joint, the left knee, the left hip, all seeds of potential. The top of the sacrum, the navel center, seeds of potential. The heart center, the throat center, the third eye. See all the potential. Relax the whole body. Now, see all those seeds at once, blossoming open, vibrant and thriving. You are a garden, growing, changing, beautiful. Now, focus on the soil that nurtures and feeds, fertile ground that brings forth our dreams, our consciousness, and allows us to break open. Picture your breath as a warm breeze moving over the soil, weaving between the flowers, rustling the leaves on the trees above. Your body has dissolved. You are that breeze. Effortless existence. Aware, but not attached to anything. Floating. Untethered to outcomes, the potential is infinite. Finally, let go completely. The breeze subsides. You are still, resting, and timeless. You are a warm seed in the soil, awaiting that magic moment. Your coat is shed. You are ready to see the light and become one with that divine light. Please gently come back to your breath. Simply be aware of your breath. Now allow that breath to extend to your extremities, reaching into your fingers and your toes. Observe your rested mind, your rested body, and your rested spirit. Now begin to expand the breath, the inhales and the exhales. When you feel ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, and then roll your ankles and your wrists, coming back into this moment. Gently rolling to one side or the other, curling up like that seed, awaiting the moment of release. Reunite the breath, the mind, the body, and the spirit. And when you feel ready, gently push yourself up to your seated position. Bringing your hands to heart center, I say to you, the light in me sees and honors the light in every one of you. Namaste. Our Yoga Nidra practice is now complete. Thank you for joining me, and I hope it was helpful.